introduce to you someone who's going to be presenting to our families today. Uh, Eric Moore is with Educate California. They do a lot of work in schools and with families, with students, providing platforms and ways for you, people like kids like you, students like you, to grow in confidence, knowledge, and be ready for the next steps of life. One of our uh, coveted topics as far as college is concerned. Eric will be covering that today. And so, if you would, please give a personal boss clap to Mr. Eric Moore.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you guys for being here. It's a pleasure meeting all of you. It's going to be a pleasure working with all of you. And just to tell you a little bit about myself, I have been for the last 25 years or so working with families and young folks like yourself, trying to make sure that, like my sons, that you guys are ready for college and careers and life after high school. And so I run or I lead a nonprofit organization called Educate California. And that's what our job is to make sure that you guys have all the resources and the knowledge that you need in order to be prepared. So I've been told that you guys want to go to college and that you are looking for some help to make that happen. And so we have a program called the Life Prep Academy. And I'm going to be speaking, I believe, with the 11th, 12th graders and the parents, I believe, if that's right, Ryan. And I'm looking forward to it. But I don't know how much I should go into now, but it's going to be a lot of fun. That's the main thing. We have a program that's online that'll help you get planned to make your plan for your 4 years of high school and a college plan, a career plan, and a financial plan. Okay. So we teach in my organization, we teach college preparedness, career readiness, entrepreneurship, and also financial literacy. So those are four things that we teach, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. Okay. So I'll turn it back over to you, Ryan, unless there's anything else you want me to go ahead and cover.
Nope. If you have anything else to share, this would be a good time.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and show that. Okay. So should I share the whole program?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead. I will. All right. Okay. I will actually, let me make sure that I can share my screen. And yes, I can. All right. Hold on one moment. Okay. Get this ready. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to be talking about and the program that we have is called the Life Prep Academy. And let me move some things around here. So it's pretty cool. So when I got started with this program, it was because my son was struggling. And I have, they're grown men now, but way back in 1998, he was struggling in high school. And I wanted to help him get more involved, and I wanted to get more involved with his education and to help him get through high school because he was struggling. And so I wanted to figure out what it was that a parent could do to get more involved. So I did a lot of research, and all that research is actually now on this website that we use to work with different nonprofits, governmental agencies, schools, and churches, and all kind of different groups. And what it is you can think of it as a giant roadmap. I mean, everything you need to do from age 14 all the way through 24. And the reason I did that is because all the people that I talked to, or most of the people I talked to, can't find all the resources that they need. And I don't know if you guys know this. I hope you guys are hearing about the A through G requirement. I'm sure you're hearing a lot about that. But half of the students that graduated from high school last year, I mean, just think about this, all throughout the state of California, half of the students that graduated had not completed those A through G requirements. All right, so that's majorly important. So one of the things we do is teach you that. So the way it works, and Ryan, you tell me how long I have, so I'll make sure I don't take up too much time. But I'll kind of run through how the system works so they can see that. So how about you just let me know? What do you think? How much time should I remember?
We in at 11 today, so
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I'll just run with it.
yeah,
Okay.
we're ready.
Okay. 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 This is the Life Prep Academy. So what's going to happen is, like, let me go back. I passed up something. What's going to happen is all of you guys are going to receive a password and a username. Okay. And what you'll do is you're going to go here to the Students and Parents tab and click on Sign In. All right. That's how you get started. Sign in will take you here. You're going to put your username and your password there and click on Sign In. Okay. So this is where everything starts. This is the dashboard. So just to let you know what's on here, the dashboard is where we start with middle school to high school transition. I see we have some sixth and seventh and eighth graders in there. So this is for you guys, all right? This is where you learn about what's going to happen when you make that transition to high school. You're going to be having larger class sizes and grades and have to, figure out GPAs and all kind of different things. But this is specifically for those students, those seventh and eighth graders, to make sure that they're ready for that transition to high school. So we're going to walk through that in a moment, okay? So for my ninth graders and my 10th graders, this is where the high school diploma, this is where it gets started for you guys. It's really focused on all the different resources that you're going to need to have a great experience for the next 4 years or the next 2 years or wherever you're starting at this point. But definitely for my ninth and 10th graders, it talks about, A through G requirements. It talks about concurrent classes. It talks about or I should say dual enrollment, they call it now. It talks about all the different testing that's available. How to have great study skills and things like that. So we're going to talk a lot about that. Life after high school. So this is for the 11th graders and the 12th graders. Here's what we're talking about. So what are you going to do? What's your plan? That's really what happened with my son is that I asked him, so what's your plan? And he didn't know what he wanted to do. He was struggling. And so he said, okay, let's figure it out. What do you like to do? What kind of college do you think you want to go to? And so we talk about those things in there. If you're going to go to college, then how much does that cost? How much, where are the colleges? What's the right college for you? How do you pay for college? Your career also. Let's make sure that whatever career you like, and that's a good thing, is you want to make sure that you have a career that you like, but whatever career that you like, well, let's kind of do some assessments and figure out what's the best career for you, and then what's the right college to make sure you get to your career. All kind of good stuff in here for the 11th and 12th graders. Then the 12th graders and above, healthy living. This is taking care of your mind and your body to make sure that you're strong and that you're ready to have a good experience while you're in college, okay? It also talks about having good social skills and diversity, equity, inclusion, how to deal with people, how to be, a good brother, like with the BOSS program, and just how to manage life and so forth. So some great things in there too. All right, homework help sites. This is kind of how I got started with my son, because what I found with him is that he didn't understand his learning style, okay? And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But I found that with him, if we were able to find some good websites that can help him do his homework for, language arts, math, social studies, science, I mean, everything, that it really helped him out in high school because he was a graphic person, he liked movement and things like that. And so we found some great websites to help you guys do your homework and to do research and all kind of things like that. And it's all in here behind this button. Scholarships. Okay, if you're in the 11th grade, you need to be thinking scholarships, especially if you're in the 12th grade, but even at the 11th grade area, you need to be thinking about that. But it also really needs to start in the 9th grade. Well, why is that? Because your GPA is going to be calculated over the 4 years, okay? And if you have a GPA of 3.25 or better, okay, 3.25 or better, then there's all kind of scholarships that are available to you. There's some for the GPA is a little bit lower, but that's where the key is. If you get to 3.25 or better, especially if you're 3.5 or better, I mean, the higher, the better, the more scholarships available to you. But 3.25 is the cutoff point where you know that you're definitely going to start qualifying for some scholarships. And we have all kind of ones in here. Also, so I work with a lot of students that are in foster care, and I also let them know that, by the way, if you've been in foster care or if you are in foster care, but between the ages of 16 and 18, there is a $5,000 grant that's available to you for college, okay? And once again, you let me know if your situation, that's cool. You can call me directly. Anything you want to, we'll talk about it. It's called the Chafee Grant, but it's specifically for those who have been or are in foster care. But if you've been in between 16 and 18, you automatically qualify for this grant. And also, we also have some cool things for homeless, probation, undocumented, and special needs youth. And when I say special needs, I'm not talking about necessarily someone with a physical special need. I mean, someone like, someone has dyslexia or ADHD, autism. I work with a lot of students in that area. And there's some cool resources that are available for them, all right? So yeah, just let me know if that's your situation. Also, programs. So for my 18 to 24-year-old students, I work with a lot of 18 to 24-year-olds. Some of them tell me that they want to go directly into the workforce. So they want to go directly out of high school and start working. Or so they want to know what kind of programs are available for those that don't want to go for the full 4-year college experience. I have programs like that. Okay. So now we have videos. Typically, we do our workshops. We have a lot of workshops that are available. We have videos. We have an academic report. So what's going to happen is that you guys, this is going to be something that all of you guys receive, and that what we're going to have you do, or what the folks at Boss are going to have you do, and your mentors there and your coaches there, they're going to have you complete this page, because this page will let them know if you're on track. Okay. If this page is filled out completely and properly, you are 100% on track, not only to go to college, but to get the most money for college, which means that you pay the least for college, that you've taken the right classes, that your resume is going to look good. So if this page is done, they will know that you're on track. So we're going to have an academic report for you. We're also going to have a plan where we're going to keep your grades in here. You can put all your grades in all for 4 years, freshman through senior, and you put in all the A through G, and they'll calculate all your GPA for you. So once again, the coaches there at Boss will be able to look and see exactly where you stand. Your parents will be able to see that. You'll know. So there won't be any question. You'll know that you're taking the right classes. You'll also know that your grades are right, and you'll take all that information, put it in there. Make sure you hit save all the time. But then you'll do the same thing for college. What is your plan? What do you want to become? What kind of college do you want to go to? Where do you want to go? And I know you guys go on different campus tours and things like that. We'll put all that information in here. So you create a college plan, a career plan, and a financial plan. All right. So we talk about, creating a banking account, having a high credit score, ensuring your all the things that you earn and so forth. So we're going to make sure that you guys are on track by using this plan portion here, and it'll be available for the next 4 years all the way through your high school experience. Okay. So, but let me just kind of show you how you're going to navigate. So everything that's in here behind all those buttons is right here. It's in the contents page. So once again, you can always get back to the contents page by going to the dashboard. And on here, we'll talk about things, and we're not going to go through all of them today because I'll just run through a few of them. But I want you to see things like your learning styles. This is important. All these different things, learning styles, study habits. This is just page one. And we actually have a whole workshop that we do this on this page one. It's called Having Strong Study Habits and Skills. Okay. And cool thing on here is that we have all these different websites that are available for you. So what they're going to do, once again, some of the folks there at Boss, they're going to walk through this with you in some cases, or I will. But let's talk about study habits. We have things like where you can do assessments, which means you're going to be able to see how strong you are in certain areas. What kind of student are you? Oh, let me go back there. What kind of learning style do you have? Are there study habits that you can improve or anything like that? And it's a real quick assessment where you'll go through and say, yes, I study every day. I need a place to study that's quiet or something like that. But you go through and you answer 17 questions, and it'll give you a way of you knowing how strong you are with your study skills and some things that you can do to make it even better. Because once again, what Everett told me, or Mr. Glenn told me, is that we want to make sure you guys are strong, that you have the best information and all the best resources. So this is one of my favorites here. Note-taking skills, how to stay organized. This is pretty cool here. Let me talk to you about this learning styles. So this is how I got started with my son. Literally, when he came home to me one day, he said, Dad, something's wrong. I read the book, but I got a bad grade, and he was really upset about himself and so forth. And so we started talking about the different learning styles. And so I asked him, do you know what kind of learning style did you have? And he said, well, I don't know. So I said, okay, there's 3 different ones. There's a visual learner. There's someone who could read a book one time and they can get it. With me, actually, I have the same problem. I don't. That's not easy for me. I need to read it maybe once or twice. I don't know if any of you guys are like that. But this is the visual learner is someone who can do it very easily. Like my wife can do that. All right. But me, I'm more of an auditory learner. I like to put it on my headset and listen to it while I'm walking the dogs or something like that. Same thing she's listening to or reading, but I'm more of an auditory learner. I can learn from listening to the presentation. Someone can speak to me and I can absorb it even better than if I had read it. Okay. For most students nowadays, they're what they call a kinesthetic learner. And that's probably a lot of you. Well, why is that? Well, because you guys have grown up, clicking the mouse and mousing and videos and, phones and things like that. So that's just a normal thing for those who like to experience things. It's called kinesthetic. And when he saw that, he said, whoa, Dad, that's me. Yeah, it looks like, I can't, sloppy writing, loud music. I study with sloppy, fidgety during lecture. That is me. And I said, yeah, But when you listen to a video or something like that, it's easier for you. So we found some websites, and that's what all those homework help sites were, is he learned his learning style. And in his case, if I was able to have him read the book, listen to the lecture, and then see a video and click around on the computer, his grades went through the roof. I mean, it was amazing. Okay, his grades went through the roof. So you need to know what your learning style is, and we'll talk to you guys a lot more about that. But once again, these are just things that we have in here that we want to make sure that you're as strong as possible. Having your time management skills. I know you guys are busy nowadays. You guys may play sports or in the band or whatever, plus all your schoolwork and all the different things you're doing. Well, you need to learn early. I mean, even as a person in high school, you need to understand about those time management skills and what to do. I believe we have one parent on the line, so definitely want to talk about that parent and family engagement, or one or two, hopefully, on the line. That's why this whole program exists. And I'll tell you guys as students that the funny thing happened all through middle school and definitely in elementary school and all through middle school. Students are kind of cool with their parents being around. Okay. When they get to high school, they don't want their parents around anywhere. All right. And they think it's not cool or whatever. I got to tell you, the biggest asset you have really is having your parent involved with the whole thing. Because in some cases, when you are not able to get something done, having a parent that steps in and is involved will change things dramatically. Honestly, I'm telling you, you may think I'm kidding, but it's very serious. With my son, when he saw how involved I was in his education, that's how he decided, okay, yes, I'll get serious about it. And he did it right at a time going into the 11th grade. So it was like the perfect time, get serious. And he went ahead and graduated. And like I said, he's almost 40 years old now. But this will actually, for the parents that are on the line, there's a cool website that talks about what should you be doing. What is your role? You need to know to offer guidance and advice and establish boundaries and be an encourager and all the different things. But this website, once again, and by the way, the login that the students will use will be the exact same one that the parents will use. Okay, so just because each of you will be assigned, each family will be assigned an individual login. But the goal is, once again, is that you want your parents to be involved with this whole thing. So that's very important. So let's go back to the contents page. Those A through G requirements. Let me show you that real quick. So this is important. Okay, any one of you guys that's on the line, can anyone come off and tell me what is, and I'm actually gonna move it and go back. What are the A through G requirements? Can anyone tell me what that is? Anyone can come off of mute and tell me? Come on, someone's out there.
Well, of course, 4 years math, 4 years English, two
Okay.
years of history.
Okay.
You need a life science and I think health science.
Okay. So now who's speaking? I can't tell.
That's Khalil.
Okay, cool. Khalil, cool. Okay. So how many total classes are there?
I am not sure.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what I want to make sure you guys get, because this is super important. I mean, majorly important. So this is the big deal about a whole day of everything we're going to talk about. Let me go to the page. Go back to the page here, A through G requirements. All right. You were absolutely right with what you said, but the answer to it is that there are 15 classes, 15 full year long classes. Okay. Just like you said, 4 years of this, 3 years of that, and I'm going to show you all of it in a second. But get into your mind, there are 15 classes that you must pass with a C or better in order for you to qualify to go to the Cal State or the university, to any 4-year college, Harvard, Yale, CSU, UCLA. Any 4-year college is going to require that you pass those 15 year-long classes. Okay, 15 full year classes, I should say. That's why I should change that. Okay, but there's 15 of them. So you say, okay, what are those 15? Here they are, just like you said. 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 2 years of history, and so forth. This is what your grades should look like. But you say, well, hold up a second, Mr. Moore, there's more than 15 there. Why are there more than 15? Because if you want to go to what we call, the elite or the more exclusive schools like UCLA, frankly, even with the Cal State system, now, if you want to get into like Cal State Long Beach or San Diego, which are the two of the most exclusive schools in the country, you may not know that, but they are. But the UC system, Harvard, Yale, any of those major schools, they don't expect you just to do 15. They want you to do 18. That's that fourth year of math, that third year of lab science, that third year of foreign language. Okay. So if, once again, in a nutshell, if you do not take these classes and do them, once again, the full 15 minimum, then you are going to have to start at the community college and then transfer over to the 4 year. All right. But if you take those 15 classes and then you add the next 3, which is the fourth year, this, third year, and so forth, then you can actually qualify for UCLA, Harvard, Yale, all those exclusive schools. But that's how they kind of weed everybody out. First off, did you know? Did you understand the classes that need to be taken? Did you take challenging classes? Did you take the right number of classes? They weed people out that way. So, okay, Mr. Moore, so how do I know which classes I should be taking at my campus? Oh, well, let's take a look. This button right here, and we're spending a little bit more time than I typically on it, but I want you to get this. This is so important. This page right here will teach you which classes are available on your campus. So say you're going to Long Beach Poly or something like that. Oh, or Long Beach High. With the high school in Long Beach? There we go. Yeah, there. Long Beach Poly High. There we go. Okay. So you're going to Long Beach Poly High or whatever school. You could put your school in there. You could then click on this button that says, what are the course list? And you can make sure that you're taking the right classes. Okay, parents, if you're listening to me, I hope you get this. This is what's happening. There are not enough college counselors to make sure that the students are taking all the classes they need in some case. So the parent has to know this, and so that the parents can walk you through this and make sure that you're taking the right class. But these are all the classes on that whole campus. Okay, so that you know that you're taking the right classes. Something else I want to make sure you get on this whole thing is that it says third year foreign language, 2 years. This is the most important part, is it's the same language. I've had clients and students and parents and families that get to the 12th grade senior year and realize that they switched from French to Spanish, and now they no longer qualify for the A through G. It has to be the same language for 2 years minimum. 3 years is even better. Okay. But foreign language, those A through G requirements are probably the biggest deal in the whole thing in high school. If you get this right, you will qualify for a lot more, including more money. Okay, so get your A through G requirements down. Make sure this, and once again, that's why we have you put them in the plan, so that you get that into your mind, because A through G requirements are major. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard. Oops, to the contents. I mean, okay. So
Hey,
what else? Yes, go ahead.
one thing we're gonna try to get some people into the other room that we have.
Okay.
We're going to dismiss our, come on, we're going to dismiss everybody who is going to who's here to have information for the middle school freshmen and sophomores.
Okay.
And so I'm going to have them into a separate breakout room
Okay.
and essentially do that right now.
Okay.
And you're going to, I wanted to introduce our new speaker, or another guest that we have, so that everybody understands. Lisa Kirsten is with another group that I wanted to make sure that we understood is here ready to help us with our college prep theme. And so with a College Access Partnership, we've been introduced and invited someone to help our younger grade levels with some college prep information. So definitely wanted to make sure that that was let known, and I'll have everybody go to that particular breakout room as well. So I just want to make sure everybody has that capability to go to that one. So if you are going to that one, you can go to that one. If not, just stay here. All right, Eric, go ahead. You can
Should I stay here or stop and
stay here. Stay here.
Okay. Okay. Just say not now. Okay.
Ryan, I'm going to join the middle school freshmen and sophomores meeting,
Yes, correct.
and I'll have, okay, thanks. See ya.
Okay. All right. So we were at, let's see, a couple other things. Concurrent, let's talk for definitely for those 10th and 11th and 12th graders, okay? We talked a little bit of parent and family engagement, A through G, dual enrollment. So dual enrollment, concurrent enrollment, they also call it. Can anyone tell me what that is? Can anyone come off of mute and tell me what dual or current enrollment is? Any weather. Okay, let's talk about it. Dual or current enrollment. That means that you are able in high school to take college courses while you're in high school. Well, once again, why would I do that? Cam, are you there? Or were you about to answer? All right, we'll go keep going. So what that means is that you will be able to take college level courses while you're in high school. And the beautiful thing about that.
All right, everybody. If you're in this room, it created a room on its own. So if you are in this room, go back to the other room, the main room, okay? So I want you to go back to the main room. I created this one on accident. So go back to the main room if you're in this one. Okay? Go back. Go back.
You said go back to the main room?
Go
It
back.
only it says join breakout room,
Right.
ask for help.
Go back. Go back. Go ahead and go back. Sterling, go back. Trey, go back. Sterling. Elijah, yeah, go back to the main room. If you're in this one, go back to the main room.
Okay, there's no button for that. Let me see. Maybe it's a drop down up here. Nope. It just says join breakout room and it takes me over to the middle school room. Is that where you want me to go? Because that I don't have another option.
It doesn't have another option?
It does not. It only says join breakout room and then ask for help. When I ask for help, your host is currently in this room. It doesn't give me the option to go back to the main room.
Okay. Let me do this then. I will.
I can log off and log back on, and then that'll probably take me to the main room.
That could, I have to fix it for everybody though. All right. All right, let me go back to the main room and then I will see you in a bit.
Okay.
A lot of students and a lot of parents, for some reason, they want to make it look their transcripts look impressive, and so they take more AP classes than they should take. And the reality is, if your student takes an AP class and does not get an A or a B, then they've done themselves a disservice, okay? Because it'll look bad on the transcript. So if you're good in science and math, cool, take those AP courses. Do not take AP, English or something like that. Only take the ones that you're really, really good in. And there's a big deal about that, okay? We talk about calculating your GPA, NCAA. That's very cool for the students. Any students that want to compete in sports, when they get to any sports, when they get to college, they need to go to this NCAA website because that's where all the rules are. We actually literally had a student that had an older brother that was a football star, and then he wanted to go and be a football star, so he went to visit his brother on the campus out of state. And while he was there, one of the assistant coaches took them out for hamburgers, and that's against the rules, and so these students could have lost all their scholarships just over like a hamburger. All right. So you got to know the rules, and all that good information is right there on that NCAA website. So once again, we navigate through the contents page. We'll kind of go back here. We'll take a quick look at here, some financial aid resources. Yeah. So once again, this is the area where we're talking about the students that are 11th and 12th graders. What are you going to do as far as, college? How are you going to pay for college? The main thing we all need to know about is obviously that FAFSA. The FAFSA is the way that we get money. Typically, the deadline is March 2nd every year. Unfortunately, they've had to extend it each year for the last year or so because they're trying to put in a new system, and all the new things that they're trying to implement are actually taking even longer. Okay, like I know we're waiting all the way until December for some of these to start this year. One thing I would definitely recommend to you in the 11th and 12th grade is these free cash for college workshops. So what those are is at the free cash for college workshop, you can go to the workshop and they will walk you through the whole process of understanding the FAFSA. And parents, you go down there with the students, you can take your paperwork with you. Here's everything you need is right here on this one page. It's all the stuff you need. But you bring all that information and they will literally help you fill out the paperwork to get the FAFSA done and guarantee that it's done properly because these are hosted by different organizations that are working with the state of California. So these free cash for college workshops are just amazing. I definitely highly recommend those. But understand, you want to get that in. The date may be March 2nd coming up. It may change depending on how many issues they have with this new FAFSA that they have coming out. So let's talk about the grants. Federal and grants. We have federal grants and loans. Of course, the Pell Grant is the major one that most people get. I have had some folks tell me that that number has been fluctuating for whatever reason. So what I will recommend to you is that, especially parents, be on top of that. Make sure that the students have everything, all the boxes checked, because if any little small thing, I've been told, will throw off those Pell Grants. Okay, so you want to definitely make sure that you take advantage of the Pell Grants. The California grants that are available, the Cal Grants and so forth, those are wonderful. This middle class scholarship, definitely take a look at that. This is actually the amount is increasing because of the cost of living is increasing. But if you have assets up to $217,000 as a family, then there are middle class scholarship grants that are available for students that are having families where that income level is around their income level. There's that Chafee grant that I was talking to you about for the foster youth. So lots of ways to pay for college. That's the main thing. I want you guys to understand that there's a lot of ways to pay for college, including the most important one here, scholarships. We talk about scholarship scams, scholarship essays, how to write your scholarship. And all this, once again, this whole database is going to be available to you. We'll do different workshops based on that. But there's some cool scholarships right here on the scholarship search engines. Go here and these are the big three of the in the whole country. As a matter of fact, Big Future, CapEx, and FastWeb. You can go there, sign up for one. You don't need to sign up for three of them. Okay, sign up for one, and you will literally be able to have scholarships sent to you, or scholarship offers or opportunities sent to you on a daily basis. That's why I say don't sign up for three. And they all have similar scholarships. So you say, well, why would they all? Because that's another big deal. If someone tells you, hey, I have a list of scholarships that nobody else has, you should be suspicious about that. If someone says, hey, I have a list of scholarships, you need to pay me for a scholarship. No, you never pay money to get money, okay? That just never pay money to get money. Don't sign up for something where you're paying a monthly fee or a fee. No, they're free scholarships, and these three services will send them to you on a daily basis, and they'll send you hundreds. I mean, more than you could ever apply for. Also, for military families, military.com, excellent resource for scholarships. Also, this one at the bottom, U.S. Veterans Magazine. So between U.S. Veterans Magazine and military.com, if you're a military family, absolutely take advantage of that. I will admit, in my family back in the day, I didn't realize that my dad being a veteran, I could have qualified for all kinds of different scholarships, and I never even applied. Okay, but I didn't know all this information back then. You guys know now. Okay, so scholarships, excellent way to pay for college and take care of that. So when we get to college, where are the colleges? Let's take a quick look at that. So here are my options. The three California colleges, the UC system, the Cal State system, and the community colleges. Now, what I'll say about this, the UC system has 10 campuses. Only 9 of them are available for undergrad. One, I believe, is Berkeley, maybe, or one of them is for graduate students. But 9 of them are available. They're all very cool. I've been to most of them. The Cal State system has 23 campuses, and that's a big deal because the fact that you may or may not be able to get into one, I always have students to apply for 2 or 3 different Cal State campuses. The one you live closest to, you will most likely automatically qualify for, if your grades are minimum, once again, 2.8 or so, 2.6, 2.8, you will automatically qualify for your home Cal State College. But if you want to go to, like I said, Long Beach was extremely exclusive. Cal State San Diego, very exclusive. Cal State Poly Pomona now is becoming, a lot of them, like I said, they have more students trying to apply than they have seats available. So you need to make sure that you have the right grades, but there are 23 campuses and apply to more than one. And the community colleges, I always talked about that. If your grades are such that it's not high to get to the right campus that you want to, or if you're not sure what you want to do, it may make sense in some cases to go through the California community colleges and then transfer over. You'll save yourself a huge amount of money while you're trying to figure out what it is that you're trying to do, okay, or wanting to do. So these are a couple options. The California schools, we have the historically Black colleges, of course, Hispanic colleges, Jesuit colleges, tribal colleges, lots and lots of colleges out there available for you to have whatever experience that you want to have. Let's see here. California, and I will talk a little bit about the Cal State because I do represent the Cal State system. They have some great programs, I have to say. Now they have the Cal State Apply. They also have the supportive pathways programs that make sure that your academic level gets you into the right classes, that you're assigned properly, and the early assessment programs for the 11th graders, and making sure that the 11th grade students know right from that time if they're on track to be ready for the Cal State experience. So I always definitely talk about those, some great resources that are available there. So we only have a few more minutes, so let me talk about some post-secondary options. Once again, some of my students tell me that they want to go directly into the work world. So we have things like apprenticeship programs, entrepreneurship. This is something that we will most likely be working with you guys on. I just did a workshop in Santa Barbara with some students, but this program here called the Dream Toolbox is an entrepreneurial series where we have 6 different sessions where we talk to students and parents really, but students really, about how to think like an entrepreneur. And for those who want to become an entrepreneur, how to build an entrepreneurial mind and understand the proper way to do the things you want to do. But it's really cool. This is probably one of our most popular sessions that we have, called the Dream Toolbox. But there's all kinds of different things: entrepreneurship, technical schools. There are options for students that want to go directly into the work world. Very quick, I'll just show you, we got maybe 5 minutes. Career planning tools. We have some great things about how to create a career plan, how to discover your interests, and these are all the assessments that we have available. One that I always love to show is this one here, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. And literally on here is where students can learn, okay, not based on what I want to do, but what do I like to do? So if you like food, or you can see, okay, what kind of options are there in the food world? Or if you like, social studies, or if you like, has a student in the healthcare, she said she wanted to be a doctor. So I was scrolling down the doctor, and I accidentally clicked on pharmacist there. Oops. And when I clicked on pharmacist, I said, oh, I'm sorry, I went to the wrong one. And she said, well, whoa, wait a minute. Then does that say 130 something? And that's the average median? She says, man, actually, I'd rather do that. I come from a family of doctors, but I'd rather do this. And we all laughed about it, but she was serious. So it gives you a lot of different options of what you'd like to do. And you can go through and kind of choose and see some different careers, but it's a safe way to do it and to choose what is the right career for you. And then once you have chosen what the career is going to be, then you choose the right college that's going to be able to get you to your career in the best, in the fastest time. But there's a lot of good information in here. So I just wanted to kind of walk you guys through this so you know what's there. We talked once again for those for the college level students or the high school seniors, the role of diet and exercise, the role of mental health when you get to college. One thing I would definitely recommend, and I've always recommended, is that if a student has an opportunity to be on campus for the first 2 years when they go to college, their grades typically go up, they get more assimilated to the college, they just typically have a better experience. So if you're planning on that, then you need to know that you need to, as an adult, be able to take care of your mind and your body. So you need to understand the role of diet, exercise, and sleep, and mental health, and all those different things. We have, crisis lines and so forth, but all kind of different resources to make sure that you're strong and healthy when you get to college. So last 2 things I will show you is those homework help sites. I want to show you the homework help sites because these are cool. On here, there are everything from K through 8, language, math, science and technology, the social studies. Social studies is the history of all cultures. So if you're going to be doing a Black history, work, research project or something like that, or any nationality, as a matter of fact, Black history, Hispanic history, Asian history, all of the information that you need and all the different resources that you need to create a report or anything that you need are right in here. Okay, so you can click through, learn about the Civil War or whatever you want to learn about. And there are all kind of different cool resources that are available for you under our different websites that we have listed here. Okay. See anything else on the dashboard? Oh, no, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Are there any questions? Especially from some of the parents? What do you think about this? Is this going to be helpful? And the students also, will this be helpful to you guys? Please come on off mute if you want.
I have a question.
Sure.
Could I have some pros and cons for UC schools and UCS schools?
CSU and UC schools?
CSU and UC
Okay.
schools. That's my fault.
Okay. Pros and cons. Pros for UC starting first off. If you are able to qualify and to get into a UC school, then you will have a very, very small, tiny advantage in the eyes of some employers. Okay, some employers are impressed by that you've gotten to the UC school, you're straight A student, you went through, man, super disciplined, and you're able to do that. Okay, some employers are impressed by that. Some really don't give that a bunch of weight, quite honestly. Okay, the UC schools also cost, as you saw, probably upwards of $60,000 a year, depending on if you're on campus, off campus, and that your whole situation. So they're the most expensive option, but they do have a little bit of prestige. Okay, so the pros and cons, they have the prestige, that's the pro, and some employers will think that's a very big deal that you've gone to a prestigious school. That's a pro. The con, it can be expensive, and if you're not 100% sure what you want to do going into a UC, I've had students that spend a lot of money going to that UC and still trying to figure out who they're. You see what I'm saying, right? So that's for the UC system. Pros and cons of the CSU. The CSU, I can't think honestly of many cons. Okay, that's where the majority of students. That's why I have 23 campuses go. 23 campuses. They have, as far as their. Oh, also with the UC system, your GPA has to be probably good 3.9, 4.0 minimum to get there. All right. Cal State system, 2.6 or so is your minimum. If you're between 2.6 and 3.5, you're 100% guaranteed to get in. If you get all the different Pell Grants and so forth and are not living on campus, then the cost can almost be covered by Pell Grants and all the rest of those different things. So the pros are, man, it's less expensive. You have a lot more options. The education is exactly the same. That's another thing. And even with the community college, I want you guys to understand, those professors at the community college are typically professors also at a UC somewhere. These are extremely sharp people that are teaching even at community college levels. Don't think the quality of education diminishes from UC to Cal State no, you're going to get the same level of the education. And with the Cal State, you probably can pay a lot less, have more options. And if your GPA is not 4.0 or more, you still can have an excellent experience at the Cal State system. Okay. And so honestly, I can't give any cons for the Cal State because it's almost like the catch-all, if you will. For those who didn't get the 4.0, but they're definitely the 3.2, they're guaranteed to be able to get to the Cal State. So that's the kind of the majority students go to. And then once again, the community colleges are like a stepping stone to get to either one of them. And keep in mind that if you go to community college and do very well, you can go directly to the UC or to Harvard, or Cal State. If you do, I've had students that did not really well in high school, and it's not 13th grade in community college. Okay, you do really well in community college with straight A's and transfer straight to Harvard. All right, so it's like a second chance for you. So all of them have pros. Cons are only the cost, I would say, with the UC system. But the CSU and the community college, I can't think of any cons, quite honestly. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. Any other question from students or parents, please? Was this helpful? Can anyone give me a thumb or a thumb up or help for you guys?
Mr. Moore, this is Coach
This
Jim.
was
I'm
helpful.
one of the boss mentors, and I wish I had this for my older children. I do have a senior in the house,
Mhm.
and one of the questions and one of the things we're trying to figure out is does she do community college first? Is there a system, or do you have a list of community colleges that would be sort of on the preferred list, transferring into the UCs or the Cal States?
There is actually not one in particular, but I'll show you on this page, on the contents page, over here under colleges and universities, we have an area that talks about transferring to the CSU or the UC. There is a website right here called Assist. This website is used statewide by all community colleges to help students create a transfer plan. So you literally can come in here and say that I want to go from, let's see, what's close? Cerritos College to Cal State Long Beach. And your community, this is the actual website that community colleges use to create a plan so that all the classes that you're taking at the community college will matriculate over to the CSU or the UC or wherever it is you're planning to go. The nice thing is that you can come in and say that based on what major you're going to be in here, and once again, I would work with the community college counselor to do this, or actually the college counselor if you're at your school, but to create the plan to make sure that the classes or the major that the students wants to eventually go into at Cal State Long Beach or wherever they're going to go, that they choose the right community college that has the right plan that they can have the agreements and so forth. But this is the actual website that is used statewide by any community college or any counselor to help decide what are the right classes to take to go from one to the other.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. Yes. Any other questions? I hope this has been helpful. I really hope so. And like I said, we're going to, the Cal State system is one of my sponsors. They're going to be donating some memberships, the licenses to the Life Prep Academy. Okay. So we're going to be donating that. I'm also going to donate probably 2 or 3 workshops that I will do that will cover different topics to make sure that students are 4-year college ready, getting out of high school. And so, like I said, I'm looking forward to working with you guys. I hope this was helpful, that you guys see this as helpful. This is on your phone too. It's a very phone friendly. I had a student tell me just not too long ago, as a matter of fact, that the coolest thing about this is it's right there on my phone. So when I need it, I can just go to it. And you're absolutely right. It's right there. The parents can use it, the students can use it. And the best possible thing is that, if you have the parent, the student, and a coach or mentor there at BOSS or at the school to be a team to make sure that the student is on track to get to their whatever their goals are. Okay. So any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, well then I'll stop sharing.
Not a question, but I just wanted to say this is very helpful, and I will definitely share this with my students, especially the A through G requirements, because I actually have a student who's near enough a 4.0 student, but he's not on track for the particular school he wants to go to. So we'll definitely talk about that.
Wonderful.
So thank you for sharing about that.
You're very, very welcome. I literally had a few days ago, and this is very sad. We had a young lady who wanted to go to the Cal State system. She had not taken one class. I mean, one class that she had not taken, and that disqualified her from the Cal State system. And so that meant that she's going to either have to take a semester off and take that class, which is what she chose to do, or go to community college. But she said, no, I'll just take a gap, half a year, if you will, and do that. But she was able to take that. But something is something, once again, as simple as another young lady that that her mom was at a workshop that I did, and I talked about that 2 years of the same foreign language. And the mom said, oh my God, thank you for saying that. I just told her, days ago that she could make that change, that she could do that. And so something that small can throw things off for you. So you want to just make sure that you're informed. And I hope, once again, this will be helpful with that. So thank you for the comment. Any other questions? All right, Ryan, I'll turn it back over to you, my friend.
All right.